Hello everybody, Joe here, and happy Tuesday. So for today's Tiny Tidy, which is an open collab hosted by Sunday Dawn at the Helpful Home, we are going to go through my books. So if you saw my Thoughtful Thursday video, you will know I removed them off of my bookshelf because my roommate's new roommate that's moving in with us will be taking over my room and my furniture. So, because I'm going to be moving this year, I want to make sure I'm only moving what I truly want to move and not just hauling things around. So I'm going to show you the current state of things, and then we'll get started. Take off the tripod. Here we go. Now, I put all my books in the laundry hamper, and I grabbed 2 boxes. One will be used for the books I'm donating. One will be used for the books I'm keeping. And that's how it's going to be. Now, I've always I grew up reading. We always encouraged to read. It was very important. I love to read. I love books. I prefer regular books over audiobooks. I just love the smell. I love how it feels in my hand. I love to read a physical book. Audiobooks, a lot of the times, with a person who's narrating and telling the story, reading you the story, a lot of the narrators just don't capture my attention. I have yet to find enough audiobooks that consistently capture my attention enough to where I would switch to just audiobooks. I still prefer a physical book. And I've had a lot of these books for over 10 years. And these books have kind of been my curated collection of books. So I'm like, oh. So I've kind of seen them as, oh, they're perfect. I don't ever need to declutter them. And so they've gone from move to move to move to move to move. And in the past couple years, there are books that I either haven't read that I've gotten recently, or books that I have read that it's been a few years since I've reread them. And so now one great thing about a move, and especially a move where you're moving cross country, most likely, is that it makes you really think hard on the possessions you own and what you're willing to move and what you're willing to haul across. So I'm going to take a good hard look at each book and make sure it's something I really, really, really want to keep. So let's do this. Pull out a book. Now, these books by Brandon Sanderson are the Stormlight Archive series. And they are big, thick books. And so far, I own 3 of the books in the series. And With me, with books, normally when they're big and heavy like this, I have a hard time reading them because of my body subluxating and dislocating and other health issues I have. It makes it hard to read big books like this. But I do want to read this series still. I want to get through it. And then, so these I'll be keeping. For sure. So this will be my keep box. This colorful collection of books is the Jane Austen series. So you've got Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Mansfield Park, Sense and Sensibility, Persuasion, all the classics that I grew up on. And this really is such a beautiful set that I'm gonna keep these. For now, these are gonna be kept. Okay. Now it gets to the hard part. So I have the Something Borrowed, Something Blue books, and whoops, I enjoyed these books. I remember I used to enjoy the movies, but I haven't read either of these books in years, and they've just been hauled around from a place to place. So I don't see myself reading those again. So there's the donate box. Oh my gosh. Let's see. That's trash. Trash. So this. Oh my gosh. To show you how long it's been since I've read this book, I have a bus ticket stub in here from 2014. That shows you how long it's been since I've read this book. That is crazy, because that means it's been almost 10 years since I've read this one. Because if I read a book, if it's got like any like old like bookmarks or notes or something in it, I normally take them out. And this had a bus ticket in it from 2014. So that's clearly a sign that I can let it go. This one I have read more recently, but once again, it's one of those ones that's kind of, well, it used to be, but anyway, this author is easier to find, so I feel good letting this go. Now this book, I will read. I read over and over and over again. It's small enough that if I'm going somewhere or if I'm traveling, it's a great size as a quick read when I'm hanging out, waiting, and traveling and need something to occupy myself. So this is a keep. These Tessier books, I really liked reading, but so as you can see, I like a little bit of like fantasy, I like classics, I like murder mysteries, some stuff based on history, but once again, these are two books that I haven't read in a very, very long time, and I like them because they're smaller, so they're easier to read, but I just haven't read them. My fantasy self is like, I'll read these again, and I haven't read them. So, I used to read these all the time. So then, Declutter. Jane Eyre. This is a great book. Absolute classic. I do enjoy this book. It's really good. And this copy is in excellent shape. But honestly, I think I'm going to let this one go because I haven't read it in years. It's one that I can easily find again. And yeah, I think I'm going to let Jane Eyre go. And it's usually a library or something has this book. So if I really, really wanted to, I could go to a library or a used bookstore or a bookstore and find it again if I really, really want to read it again. So that's gonna go. Now, one of my all-time favorite trilogies. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings. As you can see, I started reading it again because I got this bookmark in it, and it's fantastic. Problem is, you can see when I started reading it, I didn't get very far. I'm barely into it, and it's because having all three books in one big book is just too heavy for me. It's too heavy, it's too much. It either kinks my neck or hurts my neck or hurts my hands because of positioning for very long. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to let go of this one and then just get the three books individually and read it that way. Because I got this because I wanted to own the trilogy, but having it as one big book is just too much. So, as much as it hurts my heart, I'm going to let this one go. But it's going to get replaced. Here is another small book. This is Tolkien's biography, and I really enjoyed how this author wrote his biography. I enjoyed this book a lot, so this is not going anywhere. I'm a huge Tolkien fan. So this is the Miss Polifax series. And this book set, back years ago, I had decluttered and then ended up repurchasing it because I was kicking myself for decluttering it because I love this series. It's really good. So this book is not going anywhere. It's staying. Keeping. This is another Miss Polifax book. And once again, love this book. So, it's another keep. Now, these are comics. And I got them for free. A comic book store was having a free comic day. But don't get me wrong, I am a huge nerd, geek, whatever you want to call it. I enjoy comics. I enjoy all that Star Trek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, dressing up as, cosplay, all that stuff. I really enjoy it. But I don't ever end up keeping comics. It's not something I end up doing. And since I got these for free, I don't feel bad letting them go. So we're gonna let the comics go. And then this book was a book that was given to me. It's about an artist talking about his unique style of artwork and stuff. And I have not read this book yet. So I'm going to make it my goal to read this before I move. And if I don't read it, it's going to get donated. And if I do read it, then I'll decide whether I'm keeping it or not. So for now, this is going in a keep box. And then this book I've had for over 10 years. I am an artist. I consider myself an artist. Not very good at it, but I do. And I love art. I love going to art galleries. I love historic paintings. So this book is absolutely gorgeous. Just show you some of the pictures. It's just, see, it's got all these famous portraits, pictures, paintings in it, drawings in it, and I love it. So my original thought with this book was that, I could do the whole coffee table book thing. But I've come to realize over the years that I don't entertain enough to have it out as a coffee table book. And also, the book is so darn heavy that I think that's maybe the 4th time I've looked at it in all my years of owning it, because it is just so big and heavy. So it hurts me to say this, but I'm letting this go because it's just, yeah, I'm gonna let this one go. It's just too big and heavy. Okay. Well, this, and I think, so here is a bookmark. It says drink good coffee, read good books, and you know what? I still like it. I still think it's a cute bookmark, and so I think I'm going to keep it for now. So let's take you off the tripod and show you. The hamper with all my books in it is now empty. That stack is the stack I'm keeping. This box is the box of ones I'm letting go. And I would say that is, I maybe got rid of half. So I would say for me, who's a lover of books, that is pretty good. Like I said, there are some books that I might reread before I move and decide I don't want to keep them. But for now, this is how it's going to be. So go check out the Tiny Tidy Tuesday playlist that I will have down below. Like I said, it's an open collab, so if you want to join, contact Sunny Dawn at the Helpful Home. I hope you found this book declutter inspiring, and now I'm gonna probably have my roommate move these boxes for me because I don't want to hurt myself. And I will see you guys next time for another Tiny Tidy. Bye!